to Capital Chaos TV. I am at Devastated Fest 2 Revolution at the Oakland Metro, standing with two of the members of Conducting the Grave. Let's talk about how you guys are doing this year. Are you excited to play tonight?
Oh yeah, definitely. Super stoked.
Yeah?
Yeah, stoked to be here. Yeah.
Always stoked to play a show. They're always fun. We always have a blast and get to drink a lot of beer and party. So
especially these days we don't get out and play as much as we did like maybe 2 or 3 years ago. So it's always fun. It's like thankfully we can get out here and do it. So.
Yes, and we are very thankful. So let's go ahead and introduce yourself to the world. Your name and what exactly do you do with the band?
I'm John Abernathy. I play guitar.
I'm Mikey. I scream into a microphone.
Yes, just like that, just like that. All right, so what have you guys been doing? What are you up to? What are the plans for 2014?
Just jerking off and playing video games.
Lube or spit?
It's so important to masturbate.
Neither. I just go, what do they call it?
Raw dogging it?
Oh, yeah, whatever, yeah.
Did you say steel fish?
Stale fish or something. Jerking off stale fish.
That's a new one. I'm going to have to try that later
When I
tonight.
get into some actual pussy, I'm just like, oh, and it's just like, it's just over quicker for the ladies.
But you're young. I'm sure you can go a couple times in one night.
Not that young.
All right, I'm going to say 25.
The price is wrong. But you didn't go over it.
27 and a half.
Close. Almost 29. So.
All right. What about you? Your name, how old, what do you do, and all that good stuff?
My name is Mikey.
Yes.
And which I already said, but
I like having people repeat.
yeah. But yeah, it's basically the same thing. Not really doing much and stuff, but I'm a freelance graphic designer, so I just do that on the side. But that's about it. But we're still kind of we just released. How long ago did we release our newest album?
About 8 months ago. It was October.
Wow, dude, I am
2013, right?
October
fucking
2013.
lost then,
So
dude.
October,
I thought it was
December,
lost.
January, February, March, April, May, June. What is it? June now? Yeah, June 1st. Yeah, 8 months ago.
We're athletes, not mathletes.
Yeah. I'm not a math metal band. Just,
I'm not the smartest person to be asking these questions for.
So speaking of math metal, if you were to put yourself in a box of a genre to somebody that's watching this that doesn't know anything about you, what would you consider yourself?
melodic death metal, thrashy core, speed metal core. I don't know.
Core.
Somewhat proggy. All right, I don't know.
Yeah,
somewhere in that.
I would say just like melodic death core, death metal-ish. Yeah, that's about it. I tend to stay away from generalizing that shit because
I don't really like it either. I know it makes it easier for people to understand.
Someone in the YouTube comments would be like, "I can't believe he said like one of those genres. They're barely even that," and they'll be mad. And
Do you guys look at the YouTube comments of what people say in your videos and stuff?
They're hilarious. Yeah. It's like Lamb Goat when you go on Lamb Goat and you're just like, oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
I think that like maybe someday we'll be big enough to where there's just so many that I'm like I can't even keep up, so I give up. But no one cares about us, so there's definitely. It takes me about 5 minutes, and I'm like, okay, I read them all. Cool.
They care. So Sacramento, Artery, Eric Rushing, somebody I super look up to. What's been your experience with them? Are you guys still rocking on that, or what's going on with Artery?
Yeah, we haven't had a label or anything in a while. Just doing our own thing. We still. I don't think that. Last time I checked, we're actually not even on the Artery website as far as their management goes. But I mean, we've always dealt with Eric, and he's always been good to us. Yeah. So like,
he's always extended a helping hand to us. So like, we're always grateful for anything that Eric's done.
We haven't really done a lot of major stuff in the last 2 years. No big tours. So like, we haven't really been giving him a percentage of anything. He's a businessman. So.
Oh yeah, for sure.
We're just like a charity case, I guess.
Not
We
even.
still correspond with him and stuff. Like we talked to him and to get like the lyric video made for our cover song that we did, and stuff like that. He basically, I think we basically used the Artery Foundation like graphic design department or visual department. So.
Okay. So since it's been 8 months since the self-titled, are you guys working on another one? Are you kind of just going to ride this out for a little bit? Any tours in the works?
Yeah, we're just kind of riding slowly as we feel inspired to. I mean, taking life a little slower, as we get older. We're not exactly.
To enjoy the ride sometimes.
Yeah. We're not exactly, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed 18-year-olds anymore that just want to live in a van forever.
We realize that metal's not exactly paying the bills, so
we're riding slowly. I think that it kind of sucks though. Some of these bands that become like a machine where they're out on the road like 8 months of the year, and then they spend 2 or 3 months on an album just so they can get back out and be that machine, and then you start to feel like, man, I can like feel and hear the lack of inspiration on this record. Like it's their 5th record or something, and you're just like, okay. Yeah. I don't want to put out like, I want stuff that people might consider legendary rather than they're just doing it just to like get a quick cash grab out.
It's very sad that that's the business model. That's the working business model for it right now, or what people think is the working business model.
It is. But you got to be a foot soldier. You got to go to shows. You got to help promote other bands. There's all these rules, and it's a lot of work. I definitely commend any musician who does it and has been doing it for many years, because it is a hard job.
9 years now, so yeah.
So is there anywhere that you haven't been yet that you would go to if you could?
Anywhere overseas, really. We've only been to Canada, Mexico, and all over the States, so I would really love to get to Europe, Australia, Japan, and all that jazz, but it just costs so much money, and there's not a lot of money in this game, unfortunately. So
it's very frustrating because we know that we have some sort of fan bases over there, and
like our Kickstarter, for instance, we packaged all of the stuff and sent it out ourselves, and tons of international orders, and that 1 out of every 4 probably was an international order. So it's just like, those are always fun too, because you got to fill out the international thing by hand. It's like, oh man, I lived at the post office for like a week. It was awesome. Yeah,
that's gotta feel good. Even though you haven't reached the level that I think you guys deserve, you're still reaching such an amazing, huge, widely spread demographic that I don't really think you can go to any type of show that has any sort of metal genre, mention your guys' name, and one person there's not gonna, they're gonna be like, dude, I love that band. So yeah, seriously. So is there anything you want to let your fans know? Anything you want to end on to just have a moment with Merca?
Well, I could say, I want to thank everybody that supported us. Without everybody helping us out, we wouldn't be doing this. And it's very cliche to say because of you we're doing this kind of thing, but people don't realize like the support that fans give and how much they invest their life into the music and all that stuff. It goes a long way in it, and it really helps musicians out, like especially us, like to continue doing it, because sometimes we get down, we're like, oh, the song doesn't sound good, and then a fan hears it and they're like, holy shit, dude, fuck yeah, and then it turns out to be, it brings you back up. So thank you guys. You guys are awesome.
Yes. Thank you.
That's about it.
And that summed it up.
The bases on that. I'll throw that brick in your face.
Oh my goodness. And now we're going to take our shirts off and twist them around our head like a helicopter. I want to thank you guys so much for taking the time to meet with Capital Chaos. Stoked to see you perform. Really excited to have you at Devastep Fest 2.
Thank you guys for all the stuff you guys do for Northern California scene too. Always filming stuff. It's awesome. Thank you.
It's only because of you guys that we're here, honestly. So keep making music, regardless.
Yeah!
Hey, this is Chuck Billy from Testament, and I'm blowing it up.
Blowing up.
On Capital Chaos.
Capital Chaos.
Capital Chaos.
Capital Chaos.
Capital Chaos. Capital Chaos.
Capital Chaos.
Capital Chaos.
Capital Chaos TV.
Motherfucker. Go fuck your mother.